Buckig Derek Cavan steach go dtíon cúnear dheis agus is ar a mínse a bheith William Morgan. An tarna ahrú ná go dasnaíonn captéanú Seamus Moynihan agus Johnny Crowley gan dát, ní trí hansa háise takear go fadas sa chomórtas. Siad bertlech irí gan dát bunchloch na fórne, ach tá an lán chulaí Micheál O'Donoghue teanach a bheith am na fedóige. Creibh i léir na glub diantaige an 19 taithí bhaige agus tuiscin bá ní fláige a graic agus réan na henní má mar sin na corcaíg úsle an chamárta seo agus na gluthe ceannis clubanna na mún an lá a smódas na clubanna gan dát go móras go fada go go mún agus na chéine na cheart agus an chaid cartaisteach i g fearthabradáin agus siad na corcaíg is túisce a raon Shelley Bell agus Martin Cronin son Condé mar Vertlar Park Cronin Fercharcaí agus Kevin Cahill Fearna mí. Nelson buisteach sa chúneach mar a heiste buinte sné Derek Cavanagh a bhí le bheith gimte lán park tá Derek cé go libh né ar a grám a gimte stig sa chúne. Agus fisci gon hena hens chluithe go si an farc ábhar sleáin agus í déanaach go si trám. Agus an bháisteach leis tosnathe titimansa cúpla neomad sa lethasnaí mar léachar agus brú chune ar a lán cholaí agus seansa ag Corcraí-inis ar a géad scór agus fachta ag Colin Corcraí ach batúna bethe sin ag lán cholaí.
Soca an tasacanis tasban sé cé táú agus a bhuaí Colin go nern agus scóúta an son go Colin.
Bhíon chuideach an chaid siagaí Micheál O'Donoghue san hainnig na caníal chimire slach ar siúd agus ní gá riamhach le hansaút de Corcraí agus tinnis nó gan éon tinnis a bheithe teach slachir rion fáca hena hénig ar a gluthaige be snúlíiscint a maithne sé an cúrs ar fad. Fachta ge Moynihan lán na párce cena gaiire tá sé de taú le Glenflesk a géad legus Femara hí tuairthe Moynihan na steachcaí Crowley buinte ge Crowley go citágach agus an géad faointe fachta ge Crowley agus tús eislingach leis a glutha seo.
Rogal líor hóid san cúte seachta tapig go Seán cúisiil Shelley líor hóide. Tasban sé lá drocht agus Haran Trasnáin scóúnta.
Weil scór leis a chuirigh anna bhisneach go leo ar i Glenfleske. Chéadú riamh ag Glenfleske gimmert a limnach mar chuman go déon hénig de ben chluthe in áinecha a gine ána hena míle an chéad chluthe lasmud an gúntaícha a chena chinne sin tá seanathaíige réan Nemo ar fart na Gael agus chá fada le mólas níor buach riamhhartha mar chuman sa ar fart na Gael.
Rud smúna is seán tá hosnig Derek Cavanagh siúg sa cúin agus tá sé taréis seachmach a drólar na park is fear an lád a réit fear bhúr agus tá sé táach.
Kieran Conley de réan Nemo Martin Cronin-inis gus an háisteach a titim a gcónaí feachta hála ag Corcraí agus ceann mór grí buite aige siúd ar gléagus ar fórín le smún trú an bháisteach bhí sé go deas agus anna jasan sa a limnach á bhaidin agus ní sé bhór a chá beag scuilm bhí mar an son takear sa an éirig fiochan de rána hena míle agus an dún beag agus í an farc brech leis siúg an bháisteach himar dúta titim go fáil beag sa chláith pointin taobh mar sin is an ceantain me himach a ghriim i mireóra na bliana ó go tapig Glenflesk-inis gebriú leotha amach ach an ceantain me himach Hara Shalíne Géan ag Micheál O'Donoghue nach go dtí Moynihan bhálta bhaine agus a fáirtaí lár na parca Dermot Kelly. Buisteach go tapaí Kelly ach géiríonn san fearfort láirge agus abig go maith. Tá san blocáilta ach feachta na hairige Derek Cavanagh agus Samuel go bhfuil John Sullivan te sé leanúntamach go lár na parca over the Cahir, the Glenflesk, Calais, to get Joe Kavanagh. Swords are hard and out the winter Kavanagh, Ridden Shahanu. Which dag am I in Crowley, Techter the Tor, the sure off the Gland in the Calais, and a lot of Zach about the sun. Next in Calais, Brattig and Multor.
Stuck a rod on top, the can show no, you know, you feel the Coolaha, Glenflesk, and new Coolaha, Nemo, Fowley, end of more. So will Bertus and Rory of Barca Tiro have kicking his air and more. And so he read Paul Togan, Cake Young.
And Pádraig will be all attacked on a Pádraig Donoghue. It's Bonnetre Shan Versa. Farha Chocreen is the Hainer of the kick in the Sarah. We took a dash again Donoghue. McKirry, Gaffach and Keenan saw a fart in the whale. Hognum at him here.
Kick on Decker and son, Paul. Kick on Decker, listen, thrown, listen, on Talib thrown, I guess, on Gray, Washington, kick on to son.
Ali Feverensen, over the shaft, the Glenflesk, then the vert, the heart, Paul Lesh, the cool, Huggus, took him for that, when Multor, does the Stech allowed Nish. Agus Crowley, Agus, Geary. Well, Gorda sé Johnny Crowley, Sonny Flard. They'll take and share and Cat, Agus and me Cat. Calais, she didn't have shoot, could not know the next Quilint, Anna Hawk, Agus Anna Hinulich, and Council, Shural the Guana Reg, and Holy Machenson. Stoch gemeshet Sud, Straka Sikele. And Tanna Carter B Martian, proud to get Paddy Russell, Agus Ganna Shaft, Hochjomit, Eminem, have to get David Donoghue. Council Nemo where showed Agus when Nemo and non see Niblock, David Niblock, Stackady Martin Cronin, and a wall of wood to a shoot. When Nemo reached, came out Shelley with a guide. Cadem or Willie Wood to her. You should fight Bogan so never like Glenflesk. Agus het Foss and Son and the Kiana Gunn Dolchan Keen, Kevin Cahill, Trastigly Cronin Nish. Agus Avreen Bucks Bosch to get Cronin the Heinigs and Paint to Fast the Leshige. Well, the Larry, the Anna Einans and the Hadena here. Farhincher Hurkigs and Paint to Fast again.
I never saw Nemo, Comanche Shelburne and Learhoda, stuff at people that pass in August. Score unto for Martin O'Crane or Parker.
I'm my Holy Clegg and out of Vinchilla Kirkig. No, the Cahill Vina Mallinson, the Blahdernach, the Voxer Macalan Parker. It's a Fantown. Glenflesk is Staharish, Crowley is Geary. Gent to Comahagan, Long Holy and Bautison. El Takar to be Fachty and Lantasach, Agustigan Land Holy. Glenflesk, I can see the Jenna Goma, Coram Gadisa. This put the Stanish, get Podo and who drawn Holy Tolling to Stiga, Hanado, Shertigan Maltord. Like I said, talk, Katapa against the Corkig. Put the hand clean, David Niblock. Cronin, put the hand clean against shoot. And then Cronin Nish, then a bear. Go ahead, Canish Harky on the spot to Skidor against shoot. Put Jack against shoot, Cahill and Fadlan Parker. Put to get Cahill and yes, I can cool it, put to see me Harris to Drasnan. On the floor, Shachto, count the Parker, again, and Nemo.
On scoring son on Nemo, Trid Alan O'Crolleen, Emaka, Drawn on the Park, a fiction Learhod Sus, Comanche Shellib Douglas, Learhod Unto the Shock go Kevin Cahill, it's an turn a score of Pellador Lord Park and Nemo.
Well, Seeking Fachta number to get around the Nemo Gadisa. I guess, Kaidan Pelanova, and I know never Hodian of Sindian. Agus Cahill reached Fernamy. Kieran O'Sullivan, a dhéchan leis ach chuir aige go siúd. Sean O'Brien inis. Steach go dtí David Niblach. Ceann cúntúrach isteach John Chuan Butcher fáil fa bhír Joe Kavanagh ach an lán cholaíonn san agus an corp caite idir an iróid agus an cúil agus anamhlacháil ige Micheál O'Donoghue. Agus stáilm go bhfuil sé Micheál nó David O'Donoghue tu deisiúr chá Fadison. Agus John Sullivan is agus Ibre amach go dtíon bhealár páirce. Go tu trasta go dtíon gataíon. Steach ar éiste Joe Crowley, Stephen O'Brien leis, takeú leis an lán cholaíoch buirteige gen mharda a drochad na Mountain. Agus calaíiste ar éiste siúd ach snéomh híl an chéinnig is fear go dtí sa lethe Crowley agus Geary.
Cuireann an samúla, caithfidh náil bhean, caithfidh meid sí. Sort gan fiolaí ar Seán, sé an táta agus an láideach atá Seán O'Crowley, tá sé an dechar.
Uite ige O'Donoghue agus fémas gomach le O'Donoghue chuir Harris a drastáin aige. Agus sin éon tarna ceann a chiicsa ar aige siúd. Well, se an extra ón de bhealach an bhar buit trasta aige David Niblach agus Kavanagh feile a hans agus blokáilte ar aus ar fad agus Paul Favíach na chaireach lana. Stephen O'Brien in istas do Corcaig agus chláirta bhúilt ar O'Brien san agus a glanna na caide. Imrecht anna harpa go dó, Ivan Gibbons the Nemo ach an Counson well visrach go tí mi hemó. Achtan sa ige máine hin. Joe Kavanagh Dúir go chud a bhuile agus anna líp bhuilte go Cronin inach. An ggóla chuach ige máine is Glenflesk inis. Ó ghine go dtí Pád O'Donoghue inis. Chní gáardach. Alaíiste ar O'Donoghue. Tá sin na dhearach chóra go tólar na páirce agus bhfuil anna chluthe go dó nómatíag imar a mithe an faiceatar agus bidé mar a dhéanú Larry Kavanagh captain Nemo Alaíiste ar fáid O'Donoghue. Isteach go O'Donoghue ceann cótúrach Tá go maithe Dan Heafy i méle bháidin san. Agus chumach go siúd go dtí Larry Kavanagh. Tá sé súntasach go bhfuil tosathe i Glenfleske a féimiú mar cholathe beag nach chaisiúd chá mór san sa bhlach ar réana imireoir do chuid Nemo agus é techt amach. Agus Alan Cronin san na líne lechún hénig. Agus Derek Kavanagh sa Favír putige Favír mai ar inis í gáardach. Agus a bhíiste na chosint go dó an met lecholaís O'Sullivan agus Favír. Buite ag Glenfleske gar amach ge Ivan Gibbons. Anna chomháil ar fadan san David Niblach agus fu sé pléas leis. Ach tá caiidán agus an imirt anna hapa go bhíl de chluthe chódíanach sim líon.
Tá sé an happy gur fád, tá Glenflesk gimmert de húnta gur fád, bhí te sacma le uha agus tá rééis trí cholíneáil, trí cholíní úntacha. Caithfidh náil Geary a bheith cuaramach ar Seán O'Crowley mar go bhfuil carta buige. Ach, big Glenfleske sásta leis an tá sacatá rééis bheitá.
Well, is deacra chéadúnt go bhfuil i mhail i ní cháilethe I raine hen den stra hier a Geary. Agus bóchartha glathe lechanis chorní chuna chú chun nó an chréibh i Geary hir agus nó Geary hir becheachtar an slua an sanna buint anna hása bhar fadadíar na sa glathe go dtí seo. Cad é mar eistir a ggé Glenfleske take a chofad le glathe canis na mún. Agus chaileidir a glathe canis sóisir an chunta é neidig I Geary nuair a bhuaig an rá bhór ortha. Agus carta bhí fachtaigh an cholaí is dáim san Micheál O'Donoghue. Quittinson go deas go Dermot Kelly along the park. It tries to get Donoghue. David Donoghue is Crowley reached. Yellow here along Holy. There's chance to get Johnny Crowley. Well, Visha Giddig and Congo Royal Conachul. It's on Halish Genter Crowley. Tan Farmafach the Gadisa get Johnny Crowley. Evan Long Holy Niall Geary.
Ancla Emerty Sean McCulley shakes the Lord Boyle and son. Glenflesk can near hold the shocks the spots because Fedle Sean McCulley Ray. Alright go.
I don't know. I guess Diltas Pintamach gas and Galish dinner here Holaki and son. I guess that Glenflesk yellow and keen in ish. I should the brat and the kick in the Sarah stuff I get for your Achfo Sainik shit. Shean and Dahimmer to along the park is Dachary Crowley, but Mala Navaulan or Hula Nemo. I think that's on the Kieran Conley. Larry Cavanish, Mach along the park here. Paul Favirdenson and Bunvoon Tower. Bunvoon Tower in Wales, Skull, Frahad Navaulan, Bert. Dunford na gover on the bound and Johnny. Well, Gorky ha Crowley gover. Then Army Drake is never Peskill in Niblak. You should fact broken over Glenflesk. Niblak force. It's our Leshik is dead here until Fakta Hanash to get Glenflesk.
Animerton son of Kula Glenflesk. Caig Nemo a fiúcha sús agus é úmpar níos tapúla. Go díosá tá Glenflesk ar bhór.
Amach go Conley agus Stephen O'Brien in ish. Sean O'Brien. Well, annach an glúnseachta ar gemacht tá deacreachtaí chuna tá sa hefint amach Cork Greenish Lune. Alan Cronin, the hard the heel agus Calish and the Cronin and son egg them hard amach. Agus chance to get in Henny Manish and the score na Choramo.
Nís fear on Eamon son, Cai should near hold a shock a topic mar. Cai coolha Glenflesk new coolha Nemo Foley and of August the son Fela Colin a Corhan Trustnon.
Fishman, it's going to kick side again. Nemo, I guess the four in the car, him hit a feint and tie.
On the second issue, Fedling, Eshkin, Keiko Hawk, because when the kick in this area, Top Pod, August Colin, Teresh Gok, Sir Kicking and Todd, Teresh, Ida Hogan, Todd Teresh, Ida Cork Hard and Trust None.
Again, and Bowler. I guess celebration Danish get Glenflesk in your hood. Mine Nish can more green. Dermot Kelly and Lawton Togali could have Keenig a shoot. Decky Creedon. Dorian Nemo. I guess reached. And Hoy Mirt. Alan Cronin give it a 40 wheel, which is the Lachul, up the Newton Tain. Get a Tachta Cavendish, Digginish, Counts a Hegama, get Cavendish, Currafal, the Holland Corkery. Corkery-nish, piece of all the Yammer Tuscany, Derek Kavanagh. What to get Kavanagh, what to flags and for real get Acharish, Cussant, fear for their fat, to get cool Glenflesk.
Tá cool Glenflesk on Congress, the Emerori Nemo, because Nishidi Hurt chance of. Kick es go Hogan to Nico because the son couldn't took the or Nemo.
Well, on a day no Bert, a proper bit. Clay Anna Horam Godo, Sheriff and Tav. I can see the Heinig will counts the furniture. They give it in road, either Vanna from Foundation. Joe Kavanagh counts a hega desige. All Favir. Ciarad leis. Get the Kamage Joe Kavanagh. Fair bracket leistigige. Alan Cronin, Butchage Cronin, and a Hitog, Chaston, Holigus, Yeshagus for real. So then, Trio Counanish, Coramoga, Ren Nemo. That's just an old good Timmy Sullivan, a fighter Alan Cronin, Agus good Paul Favir, a fighter Joe Kavanagh. Joe Kavanagh, Colin Corkery, Agus Alan Cronin, and True Hashtag Selina Lantusig, again Ren Nemo. Kelly, well, Harry Horn here do because Dinah Callie Shitton. Derek Kavanagh, Jahadron Hool, Paul Favir, Titter, Callie Stiente, Joe Kavanagh, Ersa Paddy Russell, August New Russell in Talaricht, Hartonu 3, Grant Hannah Hennig, Ryan Geary, this Colin Corkery.
Tá Joe tá seach ní clán níos mó caiig sé taach an your hold Laura tá sé I gimmart is seach in eice le Colin agus caiigh Glenflesk caiig gar a bheith go cumaidir sin.
Sam action tucha Moynihan agus Crowley reached Chess Tushke in the Pelle Stach sa Khune Johnson Garamach agus Arian the Nemo in Techt. Dermot Kelly. Well, you the father nish come the bass in the move. The had Decky Creeden. Garen Keench in the mach agus facht nish Martin Cronin. Kevin Cahill. Corkery agus O'Donoghue reached. And Heini de Hanson Choma agus bought to get Farchorky in Baltasa. Game, yes, Letty, if you get Corkery, with the Traston Hole, Kinetic get David Niblack and Corey and Son Hanir Lanamach, Galarna Park is Dermot Kelly, Count Sagadas get Kelly, a lot of Takayachta, Seamus Moynihan, Glenflesk agus Ollie Favir and Let Polisha, good Brownish Dollar no see, with the Traston get shoot and a Fascady Crowley. This spectacle of Lachin. Rock Sunday, but Donoghue Sire Bult to get Donoghue Butcher. Yes, so really get reached. Down the park in the pass in the Trine. Agus Anna Glushov this month so that Kriechnefe.
Anglucht Grafad, you know, Tagan Feshke Gusar and Spasko Hutografad. Rish on the drawn Queen Yagus, Lucia Make, or Dinig, Ibrahari, scored a hoot a
Shneen hier gaan kunnen voorrijlige Glenflesk zeggen. Stekker is niet gedaan. Gaan om te spelen met zich het laat. Dat de distance aan de Alan Cronin. Zo kunnen gaan als je gaat Cronin. Kavanagh, Corkery, Bogatast, Garamach, Gadessiga, John O'Sullivan. Dat is Anna Lewis Gador van Glohe. Kicks out in Brown to get Paddy Russell, Fall Favir about the sun. Donoghue getting on, they put the notes, Gadessiga shoot. Fachten is get Shane Dennehy. David Donoghue on a fast in the park, agus Shachoon. Reached Dermot Kelly, and found Lord Parkecht and Pannacown as a Fedinish Kuramuka. And the score now, they live good deal, Agus Gadoche. And Sassachle, Canish the moon. Agus Akilor took a road as the phone. Pinging a half an hour, if you had any Minofi, Giri, no Gorkuga, a Hin, Glenflesk. In Limerick, is snel goed meeting so Anna Awali Gamin Henson air. Stakker die Crowley Giri in eigen mag is tek kreeg lesje Giri gebouwd is een dimension nummer kas.
Sin of Adnis Farrow Nemo, Kaik she brew a car on the line in your hood. No Kaik she stoppa agus scórna stoppa agus gan fálaí ana bhir. Anna bha.
Maybe sé suhanse go thug sé trúr go chuné ceann suúir de hir. Stephen O'Brien will be part an alarmach ag O'Brien a gultha canis chorcaíoch a sé bhadaid níos a chiúni nú. Agus go déon héin stalin go níos mód an gait ficithe David O'Donoghue. Namar á ficithe ag Stephen O'Brien. Besciile, Joe Kavanagh. Agus ríist amach a John na Glíháin agus Corcraí chuil san mithe. Tá sé mithe amach. Rád a chalan Corcraí. Agus níl trúan a trócaige Micheál O'Donoghue tóca tapig. Maine hin is leonú stecha gar amach go des. Agus Ivan Gibbons. Ní bhéan chuine Gibbons is an bastion amach agus Táid O'Donoghue.
Drofas an son ó cúlathe Nemo táachtamach caiigh sé dhéanamh cin túir na passanna an iad a chuir stré.
Bud tá O'Donoghue sin an fescailó. Se Shane O'Donoghue is agus calaísteart ar siúd agus seansaige firchiaí Glenflesk ar Holchan Céin agus fé mar chintíh trínámat go le dul nó cheadnámat go le dul sa chiad le. Déanta ríiste Táid O'Donoghue an ceathrú ceann na isige í rinnig take ó chican na saoire.
Caiigh cúlathe Nemo a bheith cuairmach tá siad tuairta numad chican na saoire éasca do Glenflesk agus tá páid i chur an trasnániad.
Glenflesk cumann na bunaí chanéideach chuir go héan agus a bheith ceiliúr an júbilí ór go bblion sa chuún agus anar bhreaile a bheith dhéanamh mar chorathe na mún. Is tapig ó rís sémas máile na báta san. De bheith siúd a bhfuil gúine an san ar Alan Cronin i bheith códíag. Chaníar a bheith an bhailí seán agus an chluthe annach lan an a sportúil agus an hapig.
Cinnte bhí mí áir sémas an son ceapas gurb siar có róláidir do Alan agus sin an fága chuig Alan go talamh ach go dtí tá sé an tapig tá sé samúl mar tá Glenflesk úsáid na módíir agus seacu tro Seán O'Crúlí go héfachtach agus tá páid i chur cican na saoire an trasnáin.
Billy Morgan san leis an ruúig Leon de bhail ag chléad san. An chinnach go dó Morgan gnátar a cumansa bhéanna Nemo chuma hénig an belle gorcaig i gotaine agus ráidige Billy go bíon clubas táchtaí leis agus gur bhreailin nach chréibh na bhna rucht an pátabhain linsa aniuh ar fach na réil. Glantamach ag fahír Decí Creedon is fé lá Joel an ar ordiant gan lecholí buite go Creedon na chetó go ar chléibs ar fórín. Bhí Decí gortathe níos slóthe sam líon. Agus de bheith Ivan Gibbons a tháinig isteach an áit cúpla chluitheáin tá verticáin is le bhairin. Chéad cín chuirmó mar sin ag ranna Nemo. Cháineamat le dul go le hama tachtaige sémas maithin de Glenfleske. Láat chódain is O'Donoghue teachta níos. Ach garamach bulaí mór aire. Stephen O'Brien agus an chetensa go siúd an ruthar a dhéanamh. An a fes isteach sa chúnach a ríist le gán bheag roiada agus an ceann san mé sa bréach ar na Corcaig.
Sin an tarnúir an is go bhfuil Nemo tar éis an líortháid a chur ar an Cléáin an son mar caiigh sin bheith cuairmach agus ag chur a seacail ar buil níos mó.
Glenflesk a dtíar agus slí anamh amach Timmy Sullivan agus a ríist O'Brien le cúpla neamta nuas Nís mód chinnach ag siúdar nimid pasáling ige Joe Cavan agus ag thar sairthe Shahe Derek a lorach takeíocht a leistig David Niblack buitige Niblack harse drastán agus na fórne chom ach anna físta skillige Joe Cavan a hostig an glúiseach sin.
Animertó Joe son so an Colleen úntaach nas ben Nemo úmparéis siad an níorthóga tapping. Animertó Derek an son chunig sé David Niblack ag tak a seach agus sá Colleen ó David.
Well gan dat vi ahir Niblack Mickey Niblack gimmert le dure blianta hinnach gimmer sé chuid pelle leis an club agorc agus de bhís ar a bhaid na neidir cochtá dó a bhóig craibh na hairden agus ná bhráine na bhac an not cíanna dhéanamh chora mátá a bart na gael fir chiring fir na túthe Glenfleske chom leis na corcaig fir na caharach rana Nemo agus iad buile bhuile ó hosnaimar Kieran O'Sullivan nis cúig bhán ó Donoghue buitige Sullivan agus Farman spid dul scahón stachaí máin nis Kieran Connolly díar a gimidir na blian na stop fós in a helivig máin trastan chúlach an council me hemó le cúpta neomad chunic mar rohar ó Stephen O'Brien do rana Nemo máin an san de Glenfleske Sinna tanna le hama bhfuil go dain hain lena mit breisiimar ige Paddy Russell the fórne chom agus seansa David O'Donoghue ila elastig buirtige siúd agus lagíocht de behan ar ide agus Don Heafy a cháis Heafy sé tamach go maithan san Harris Líne igen da sach Weil ní dóilú gur hiig David O'Donoghue go méidir greibh nulig san spáisige is a bhí an mair treis play hasteanne sé Paddy Russell agus cé idir chláithe Russell inis well is Stephen O'Brien a dhealróch sé a thá gléitige well tá chiire chartabí tu go meach hana hénig Johnny Crowley's Niall Geary agus an Bauterson cartel fachtige sin tríútain inis Geary, Colin Corkery agus Stephen O'Brien do rana Nemo ach níos a háchtaíon asan tá seansan is díanach sa chiad le a ggé Paddy O'Donoghue ar na ciríg le leanú chun cín agus is mar se hálaigh well agus sin féanna se tá Kelson Coramú ggé O'Donoghue agus Coramú go holcaige Chiad le mar sin na techt go ceann scríbe an sa ar fach na Ngoil agus an adó geirig sé tu go dain hénig ige Paddy Russell well treis an chiad le a bhí ar aus ar fat ó heh passion díagrase agus skill leis an himiróí gemacht don gopatéig sé tiite gomacha agus a gluthe cenis chleban an amón ag lehán rana Nemo chorcaí chúgfaointe Glenfleske chirí chúgfaointe sin mar a háid le hama.
Aine a tháinig a dtíon cluiche seo an sa tránúna is seasamh a tar búla bastas na fórna agus iad dalisteach. Cad é mar chaidan, cad é mar cluiche tágaing. Dennis Allen, ex-Nemo and ex-Cork player, what do you think of it all?
It's not surprising, to be honest with you. We felt that it's going to be a tough match. I know the papers are writing about a David and Goliath situation, but we didn't believe it, and it's turned out the way we expect. So that is an advantage for us. But in saying that, it's tough, and it's going to be tough in the second half as well, you know.
Now, Johnny Crowley, it was no secret what he had done to teams throughout the championship. Niall Geary's having a very tough time with him there.
He has. It's very hard to counteract it. Like they just pull out everyone and they leave him aside and so on. It's very hard for Niall Geary to counteract that. The only way you can counteract that is by your midfielders winning more ball out there. But if they win more ball in, they're going to give quality ball in, and we're in trouble. But so it's up to our midfielders to help Niall Geary inside by winning more ball in the middle of the field.
Do you see any changes for the second half from a Nemo point of view?
I don't think for the first 10 minutes. No, I'd say we'll probably stay the way we are. You know.
Okay. Well, thanks, Dennis, for that for the moment. Okay, with Sinead Scale and Sam Martian, Nora Bark agus Raig, Huntart, Finn Darrella, Arashchoing, Gabriel agus Mihal.
Se na fór na mó cat golóir ní dóilin go léana harú dianta gan dá irin siad na hebreach a cléanach nucsa dulchan parks a tan le ar bháin stocha go bheith frá ná go bhfuil I bhfuil dóigh Eric Donoghue tucamach go lár na parc ag Glenflesk agus sé Donoghue túisce chaanaí agus Seamus Martin sin lá fachta anamhre agus anna galleries sa limnach agus chlé a rúnaí an aimsir a gin trasna go dtí Pád Donoghue Stachansa go dtí sé Johnny Crowley chuine go duine seans go Shane Denny droíocht go siúd agus méthe hail go dtíon de bhálta Patton Donoghue agus well tá sí cinnéiste ige agus Glenflesk meisisin in núnsaí luas a tanna le ach ceann san cosanta go maith ar réanna Nemo agus simúlaige seach le Dennis Allinson ag le ham annach chuid na pápéidir fad áhuair go meach bua go maith ar réanna Nemo ach ní marsin an tátála go dtí seo agus is cléir go maith taíní échar na fórna seo David Niblach tucha tappa ige siúd tucha leis go deasta ige Sean O'Brien agus siúd tucha alónan san ige Ollie Favír Maclean UCC se Ollie Favír agus Calais tucha bhuaigh san ige agus seanslis ige Corkery an fear scoráilí chiad scór sa chluthe Print anna bhíre ón imirt Becheart gannach le chumas gan mórán dua I seo a chuir bheras agus tá san dianta ag Colin Corkery agus na thuas leithaigh mar sin sa chamárta sa cléir na héan bute sémáta go cléir na mún bute 9 nuaire go pointe chun cín.
Immer tá bhd níos fearr an son ag Nemo tá sach na tarna le, Dhéan na cúlathe I dhéan siad fáil chuir siad brúar chuir siad na learthóid sús na parc go tappaigh agus an son kick sé ar a rís ó Colin O'Corkra.
Tá ge bowler nuge se Evan bowler agus Kevin Cahill lá na parce chainte ge siúd agus Seamus Martin hinis agus Crowley well bhí Crowley bucathe sa le bhfuil Martin in échar ag geolis. Well Bertica a fear Crowley agus Faganson Patton Donoghue dachad ag an bliana han fersa agus Sharon Sarnish go dtí Eric O'Donoghue agus Anna Husson go dteoga Nemo Stacadí Patton Donoghue David Donoghue nish ceann contúrach ríist ach ceanta go deasaiste go get Don Heafy agus David Niblach a bhír irin vinúr pelle agus amánaíocht a chorcaíon Eric ceann fadan bát sa gar an Nemo Joe Cavan a seansan sa acu Paul Favír chuirgóige Cavanagh Calais dianta ige Paul Favír agus ní bhhain sanach tóg for a enim ar a líad ahrú Samuel sa stílinn san na pasna a meas na gúla agus an son gan éon chuine puin leis pas fada chá fad le Joe Cavanagh
Tá rinne Nemo gimmert bhd níos fearr níos tá siad gúmpar in thóg a tappaigh an son caiigh Joe ag tachtú chun an líorthód a lorg agus son has spent sé céá láidir sa bhfuil sé agus fuair sin líorthód agus fuair sé an fáil.
Colin Corkery mar sin ag le háir Niall a bhíle bheith gimmert ina áirteach ceann eile seolta go háir agus go crínig a Corkery thar sé trasnáin ar an bert ciocálaí den Corkery agus Pád O'Donoghue sa hainmh.
An scór an son ó Colin has spent sé níos céá táchas a gúil siad le réine Nemo tá sé rééis bácúlíní áil tá sach an tarna le.
Well, Leidig noch a ceir go déirnach a bhfuil réanna Nemo craibh ile éireann agus de be Stephen O'Brien an captain an lásanach de bhí Joe Cavanagh, Dan Bevan an báideoir, Colin Corkery, Leichnert agus tháinig Larry Cavanagh agus Niall Corkery isteach mar ionadaithe. Sin an taí atá coch tá spridu díal ag Glenflesk ina chaine sin. Eric O'Donoghue ish agus Derek Dulchan Keane an eiscrí David Donoghue agus dead here well could Geirich Eachelen sonner Shane Dennehy Council Hogendach. Chossint femar bheach goed kisfilin son zonal defense again Nemo agus is Decker doch in Kini Enuf.
And Tashan talked to Glenflesk go bhaid siad scór go luath anois mar tá. Nemo I go sáid is stíl agus cur stíl féin ar an chluithe anois agus tá siad I gimmar do bhaid níos fearr.
Chéad cín an taobh anois chuir mó ag na fórna ó hosting an chluthe. Ach gáfeinte sa tanna le I gur na Nemo agus gan scór fós ag Glenflesk. Martin Cronin. Get the get Sean O'Brien and son. Ashkady Cronin. Both Arling Passalach, their Hepburn Joe Cavan and son. It Hotapik is an spas of Rahuga, Rian Hanimo. Shagaling of F4 into Get the Gadasson again, Verlar Park at the Glenflesk. Eric O'Donoghue, Dinah Kalish, Eric Guidanson. Well, nu dan wil Glenflesk sacre is a get neer is tanela en Cronin die wil stach bowler takken hem agus een taction gent tegen bowler en son hij Glenflesk doe zucht agus Shesha je goed zo get Sheamus Minehan Joe Kavanagh Cool sheer takken die David Donoghue Larry Kavanagh tacht kaptein de voorne kijkt tegen Kavanagh Prachtige Johnny Crowley, ordige van Dalf zijn motor. Je takken hoor die Nemo, ik heb ook gemeen dat nog college Larry Kavanagh. Kavanagh de Nemo. Daar is Nemo niet. Daar is Maastricht daar eigenlijk al aan de parken. Die ik niet, trastig die Sean O'Brien. En dan hoogte de Glenflesk is kan Moran scoren skillestech. Agus kan nog Oscar het heen aan de welle. Zal ik en maar door de rest. Agus Michael Donoghue gedi verweer. Bakker die Minehan. Cronin. Stopson. Timmy Sullivan in ish. Timmy Gudinach Kalish on a day tapped Stefanish at the bark. Shahe John B. O'Donoghue. Or the organization styling will Cheshire Donoghue's at a Verdun. Like I said, he made Kehegadir Shane Denny is telling ha Meher on bark. The Glenflesk is Shahe John B. She said, maybe you can knock to her a mask. None of the hair and she get Glenflesk. Lord, Melody Brahagan ran Hanimo, Edemincha, Johnny Crowley. Agus Geary came out this reached Crowley. Is now no staff test and hold the Coltour. Agus Marach Stephen O'Brien about the son. We Bale and Hardinson. And the Nemo.
De frit moer tal le fisken an sod a tarnala tá coolathe Nemo chu andrú Seán Crowley agus tosa heile Glenflesk gan feolaí in a bhra agus tá sé sinnig túair seansdóibh an níorrád úpar sús na park go tapig.
Well tá anna dhéile tugur steachnis gur na Nemo se Liam Sullivan agus tá Kevin Cahill Fenemy fágant na park mar sin. Sinné Cahill Arú an taobh mar sin. Kieran Conley í cailte go siúd fachta go Moynihan. Agus Ardín sé siúd liúrthe. Nuair a ghain sin chaidech an Council chuirte go holca go Moynihan agus amach ar se líne.
Tá Derek Kavanagh tar éis den amach lár park an isis tar éis amach Kevin Cahill agus tá sin ceach lomar tá sé tar éis immert lár park an blin go léir go dísa.
Well, the Visragar neidig chuig go héna bunaíoch Glenflesk neidig 23 a bunaíoch rénathe Nemo agus de bhí páide go cuimh rinne cosúd a bhunagan cuman an fear an dát go bhfuil ó cuimh mar chud is in an nóir sin hápáirc i chuimh ainimnithe ach go leor chomhail sa bhuine le rénathe Nemo na hochtteag nó a trí hí na rénathe gimmar do gorcaig agus a neidig go dé a bunaíoch Nemo Sa bhainisteoir chuaigh an Northman a Gorcaig, scoil na a bhéan chead amánaíocht a dhimmert ionta, scoil rugby bahí am a daca sin, ach da bhí fáin amánaíocht a roinn daltaí, agus heasta go bhúntóir bhí na deanta sémas a hé, cuman a bhanú agus Northman in agus heasta go meach se siúd, mar chud an naim de rána sé, focail leine Nemo, i chialaí an duine, a nar a bhéan duine gimmert amánaíocht ag an am, agus is an dascar réanathe Nemo mar ainim. Nó réanathe an nún saon sa inis, gus fachtaige Liam O'Sullivan. Hanashgri Corkery agus Linda Yasoi go hard agus go Creenige Corkery an tríú Queen Tessa chéige siút sa tarna le agus beanna bega goscailtinis idir na fórne.
Sárculín sin ó Nemo. Fuair Nemo súlaháin a líorthóid, nach go dtí Cullen agus thar an tresnáin. Tá Nemo agus á na spás, a bhd níos fearr inis.
Well, tá Craibh na mún buta chuig nóire illimnach ag réanathe Nemo agus iad ar thóir an siúcín ar I barc seo an 10 ceann ar fad agus cuman amachchas an isiortha. Crone and Trust in the park agus Corkery reached level called about the sun agus Calaísti and Stigginson na méle báide and tá cúcín ar fad fachtain is ge Colin Corkery rácheann an nimmert agus trícín á chican na saoire ach is a lár parcan ar ire atá an casa á bhuachtant go réanathe Nemo. Score fós sa tarna lethe ag Glenflesk. Pat Dundon Hunson. Ciúin go maith leis trasna parca charíist. Cailtear ag Glenflesk agus se héanais David Libnach. Trasta go Cronin. An Counson buitir ádige.
Rud an táchtach an áis, tá Martin O'Cronínig mar an áil líorthóid. Tá sé ó bhar fáil sémas a bhuiineáin agus Martin tá seachtain an cléthe.
Score testáin is go dúirte ó réanathe. Cad é mar chomháil go main in lá go bháin. Anna chomháil ar fadaige lána Parkinson. Buirtisteach tapaig. Eric ní chaintan a dí John B. O'Donoghue. Derek Kevna a cimiad leis. O'Donoghue dolasteach an farca coresta. A chaí fás an na heileigh a bhuachail. David O'Donoghue is de Glenflesk a chéad de bula a chéan ceanna go búta fehrú atá os na cosantóirí agus gan éon tensa chuir thocrú ar a gaiid.
Sárghlachan san á sémas a múineáin. Díreach tréis mé thrá gur ag Martíní tata seachtain an cléthe ach go dtí tá tarna le tá Glenflesk chuir an kicile na fóriú.
David O'Donoghue ríist, leis se ceann sa miúil, feachtain na ghlacaige Crowley, Geary cimiad builtige Crowley a chaisi builtar isteach san fórílige. Well, is táilin gur sé fear a chúl an son.
Immert bhd níos fearr ó Glenflesk a ríist, cé gur cruú sé a fóríle nó, an táchtach an líorthóid a chuir seach go dtí seán.
Tá sé cín in iscar mó ag Glenflesk. Glenflesk trí cín de bhailte fearna ná ríide Glenflesk baradamh agus clúin chin mína duine nó mar sin mar chaim an son agus cad é mar an fáisce as an mína duine sin. A chéad fehrú a réistin sa Joe Kavanagh agus Micheál O'Donoghue nó Paul Favír ba chóirach mar a cimiad leis agus a déanamh go maithe san. Leslín tríd an tarna le geolis gan éon scór fós sa tarna leisio ag Glenflesk agus Stephen O'Brien chaníomh lána amach a fad le Ivan Gibbons. Steach os a giún ach Favír a ríist techt trasna chluithead an scothaigemirtige Paul Favír agus an tógálaíonn san agus flí buirtige ar Liam O'Sullivan. Jimmy Sullivan inis de Glenflesk. de ríiste ge salh nach goite bhfuil go míad leisnach ar san motóir.
Fecin go bhfuil Stefan O'Brien ag fannacht de bhd dús fear siar ag cosint Sean McCooley.
Well, tá sé fachtaí an Crowley céan inis agus Geary a déanamh bhadní sa bhar Crowley sa tanna leise. Agus an airú tas pataíocht Crowley meas na dosathe. Well, Callis déan na Bouterson John B. O'Donoghue agus seansan is ag Glenflesk a gcéad scór a gháil sa tanna le.
Fresh go húnta an san, meid siad in líor hód, fuair siad an fáil agus kicked an tácht an isig pád.
Well, in term le cheart, de jasóig, a cean chotáchtach, is a bhfuil séirí am sethe seo. O'Donoghue an a bheasar mar kickálaí agus bhfuil drochans ceart leis an san an cúile buirtige, agus Glenflesk a fós frimar viidir ag le hamar. Well, sé mar a bhí ar heirna lá bhdíiseach an báirc.
Tá an búr Glenflesk in is, caiigh siad a scór ná hógan agus sort of drochic an san ó pád.
Well, en chréibh amháin, riamh a buirtige ag Glenflesk a chréibh an chútéist sanna sóisiir. Neideag nóchadó. Corna me líise buirte chum líana gan dáta Geary. Corna agus comórt san raibh tríir na seasca. Agus is dá mar san á siad gafach an cín, go dtí chréibh na mún. A chanis, iad a géirí ábharta seach David O'Donoghue Conley chuma an nás buirte an bharó go chaí cuite i gé O'Donoghue agus a chanéis diantar David O'Donoghue san. Fara dhimar leidir cocht a dó le minúir Geary bhí sin na chaptéanar an bblion sin. Nó nach 8-3 tócha. Agus é cé gur buach ar sa rás an san. An chumaigh na chug sé leis a chaid. Regan nach chuir sé ceansa Harris sé drasnáin. Agus iad giléir na bailúistí i Regan chúlamach. Trasna gepá O'Donoghue mar sin bet trú do bhainter Nemo agus tuc amach na slacht for an sannacha. Fácan na dheabhaigh mátá. O'Donoghue buirte go siú trasna na chúil. Fásan mar dóid Crowley teachtasteach. Well, hána sin ar a dúige ceart go leor. Ach an Rohanson an a hansa bathe de Johnny Crowley.
An hens ar fad, Liga Ivan Gibbons a líor hód on the law, chuché seo ach bhí an miar a seán. So fuck me, animar tar páid. Ja, hannig, go bar amach miar seán, bhí sé cos mí ceart.
Well, tá gur tú pointe de Stephen O'Brien and son agus Frank Cogan ar héir na live edition. A chuid cóir leisir agus eit go leor tháinig hítaí amach an san agus dá máile sí rágan dain bhí de cosantóirí ina seileamh ach is fiste bheith ar a glí agus mé caintas tócha. Jimmy Kerrigan leisir héir na live a cléad san. Fecht an leich ro chorcaí Cogan agus Morgan bhí gimmert an unig 7-3 gan dat. Agus a treis creiv le héir na bhchtint communas gomininic le réna he Nemo. Agus Morgan and son, sé sean Messiah a gorcuig. Sé mé henis an bhid nidir chúntaach a rian agus a thionnach ar fós go láidir ar a gaiide gorcuig. Agus bhfuil ar dó tanna chuig sa áthas crí ar má bhún siad rééis denú. An club Gusmir sa bhar. Ach Glenflesk a cór a clótha a gcónaí agus ní éidir siad sa has go frist bí dainheachta.
Tá Stefan O'Brien gimmert de bhd níos fearr sa tarna ná agus tá sé sin an táchtach den Nemo.
Rinne he Nemo bátaváile an Council mé heras cún fin David Niblach agus Kieran O'Sullivan inis. Chun tugadas agus an tanna báta chamaige Alan Cronin. Agus a chaléis diantal sanna Géir O'Sullivan. Kieran O'Sullivan ar rinne sa daoine Fredéir Móthir Again, Glenflesk, Previ, Run of Hoop, Hood, again, showed. Shane is Pat Dundon, who Vertus Sheen Chiri, and everything so. Shane Cook, Fehinum, Tirach Mehe, Satanala, seeking the fainty fact to get Colin Corkery, Agus again, Nemo, and then score for Satanala. Again, Glenflesk. Short the stack hard to get Corkery, dull the Joe Cavaney command stick. Well, the heel Takul is the hottest Irish or Glenflesk.
Massam go well, Neil Shiddy Totten the Coolini and Acre, Augustin Brewy talked or Neil Shiddy Toresh, ein score all, Godissos at Tarnala, Augustin Brewy Corrig, Nemo Tossaha, Glenflesk.
Well, so John C. O'Donoghue Inish at the bar, John B. Hanahaney going. John C. Inish had Taka Hestach at the vote. There was Kieran O'Sullivan and Lechol the Lord, Gemachten Bar. Ross Kieran Lichtach, Anna Haspant, the She Wick Shoots, a new Fidan Hennigs, Nislohis, a Hamortis. Agus, she named Tana Harrow Inish Dienta, again Glenflesk, who's get Jerry Griffin, Bannister in the form now. Severe Macri Mine and Nish, the Sen Heady Vine and the Hidden Shade, the Hardach, Agus here the Splagger, Curchan Keen again, Paul Vavira, Kieran Connolly, Techtastic, a Slachtford, Agus Alan Cronin, Greek Kavanagh, Fala, the Arab Glenflesk, and Egamach, Agus Shahon Initiate, the Nish Nuria Vashahe, and Hiet Tansagus Bed in the Goshut, Count Taman Rishte, and Raya the Moon of Wachtend, Dunglob, Dun Brosted, and Maya Farn. Agus Enim Verten Cronin, Dollarstech Lauer, and Voltora. Nation Caro did in Ishmas, Boon Machine. What's going on? The Ern Renner and Nemo, Dollarstech Lauer. And Machin Rotten, Idira Heiniger, Class Lachasha. Shit, the Starish, Sur, Kustik, Crowley, the Antagonisica shoot, Shiggery, Patton, Dunhu, and Ashkri Crowley, Shamsica shoot, and again score, Roy Satanala, the Glenflesk, Tasha Fast again, Lord. Feinted in the corner, Inish.
Score on top to Gonzalo Glenflesk, K scores to Tarnala. You hold a shot. Agus in fairness look and proof score all Sean O'Kelly Haran Trasnal. Kaishi the Hogan to Reganish, we show the score in the Royal Out.
Well, in a score out the Glenflesk. Kerrikin the Flinty or Chicken the Sarah get Paddy O'Donoghue was Roycown on Emmert. Agus on Bannister, Jerry Griffin and son Roycown on Emmert Finner Duke. They get Johnny Crowley. Agus Flinty after finish. Clough Canish Cleven in the moon. Rena Nemo, O'Hurkig. Glenflesk Hiri. Kedir Hek to Sach the Blin the Garbit so the Vechatur Daiger Kele. Fart the Royal and Cronin is Nemo Tachkalod and the Corkig, I point to go hold the Fadiga Favir, Ali Favir, and so John B. Donoghue, Decky Creed, Nick Madlish, Ivan Gibbons, Sprid Nigiri, Hall, on the fastest Jackery Crowley, we Katoig and no Dassoig Hennig, Harbour, I'll point to that Johnny Crowley, against Paint of on and down the slow in the corner, Kanaim and Khohe.
The Hudar fight. Vad immer to Vadnis Farnish or Glenflesk. The Taki should have gone from your head. Vadnis Tapula. Put a shock to the Sean O'Kelly. Score room to Gorisha Glenflesk. Tom Brewer Nemo Nish.
And Anna for to get John B. O'Donoghue's a faint to Shin John B. Carlo Lille Listo Hilgan Dauta John B. John B. Hennig the classic Glenflesk's. You must shoot the house and fats about the Emerson. Is this just Lowenish? Class Glenflesk more to test on Funis. Shayad the Corkrigas Martin Cronin. Plastically Connolly and Lecholi Yesh. Donoghue get a Madlish. I don't know how to get Connolly Traston Sagri Liam O'Sullivan. Takayat all of glass smoke and I know. Agus he put to Yehinisiga O'Sullivan. Agus Corano Leshiga. Agus Hoynomat Gully Dolsach like a Canish. Naigin Foreign again Glenflesk Snake Kugi Counts and Hit Counts Tanala Corano Garena Nemo Achnisa half two force Hudson Narder Hebnon Live Clay Ochkin the Finchiga Nemo Rena Nemo Corre Horkay Corre Kiri Glenflesk Shacht Pointer Wiltshire on to tacht. Oor de Warnele. College Gent son the law in the park. Agus a Fuishov. Again Nemo. Mark will in the Hugnum to Jernach and Porto agus Porto go home lawn and get Glenflesk. As far as him or her.
Kick talk to consult Nemo Colin Mark. How should it hand a hopeful she's a reach race got score or Glenflesk.
Fadiga Mahamach, Hashem Punta, Ganu Tall, and Fadiga Colin Crowley. Kerrikin, the Fainty, get shoots at Panela. Seeking, or Chicken Sarah, Masbun Mahina, Countercon Emmert. Agus, down the mid head, both of Vanilla.
So kick on some of Collins. Has been she on Orson. Kick on talk, he was a Wiltshire. Agus on Fogger, on mid Bush in there, Emmerton.
Capel and Cronenberg she get Punte Rohige Morning David Donohoe stach Rees so gewoon die kachtig Larry Cavan captain Punte Ro Agus wegen Tellem Rees to get Glenflesk Crowley with the Garriga shoot David Donohoe Stach Rees Paul Donohoe check Quarter fat ta chance at Sahako no Donohoe check and you have an order and Nemo a cool sheer Agus and Liam Sullivan Stadium a dollar stach and Voltora Shamara Harlik
Chance Paul reached this score a lot of Glenflesk Agus Coolina Curry either in the four now.
Kick aan de hoogte, goed joh, als je raakt de Hanna heen, ging je geen kansen. Karosha Gamorlish, goed share, hebben de live kreeg aan Barkes hebben boelen. En Fardo Dunhonish. Hier hebben we Tino McKiddle. Goed te gehokken, Dunho, Kimata Stigmata. Lappen voor David Dunhonson. Agus a coola hinish Gary Gannan kicks out of Wohe Bet through the cuts of a lach agus dead here Facht well skate to her is Johnny Crowley David Donohoe cut the start test in the Carno get shoot Facht again mine him No facht an issue again mine agus put to get shoot the flags are falling Agus a count fair game in the Bliana is a dollar market in the honor the Larna Park. Well, Damien McCarthy cut out a bark and she get Jerry Griffin. Agus a Pat Dundon who mehe on bark. It's the new mutie there noch. Misschien Billy Morgan en Davine en Sahis from is gemacht. Sterkste macht so schießt nicht fädlich. See na chasse van een onder de wijn. Shane Pat Dundon who mehe on bark. An ordele Holland the park it was Kalish. Gent to get she must mine hen. Agus when the Nemo ish van de leg of the heart. Joe Kavanagh. Trust to get shoot. Jaramach get for No bet Timmy Sullivan of Hasha Kaite get shoots to Harist when the Nemo ish noon see Sean O'Brien John Sullivan came out Lish Alan Cronin Lish was the second year Gahavagoni Liam Sullivan cut an hour to get Sullivan Agus kick on the glow to get Liam Sullivan Agus Peter Vanilla Agus cool after finish
Shouldn't the freak more so turn that turn him all the time score a Hogan you're talking on Flesk corner 40 did so kick on son of Liam to be sure truck a new that had started to mark with the sound trust now
Cronin again in order to Nespler along the park Agus Ryan and Tahia has point to get shoot leave again down fence made in the shirt Deggy in the faint eco Agus has shoot a lot of all the shown they've been a catafalque he second film and a huge
Everton son of Martin O'Connell to she drive an all the look they're all to Seamus and Winnie Connors on top to her fall.
Count Ellis Sartre Stephenson. The Colin Cockney counts some flakes are 14. The point to shot off scored and lead the test style of Glenflesk. Aaron Bowler. Stigen down Brechen is because cool the test style. Ost de Kiri, Shachon Mark, Kron Rishmata. Gemacht lässt because Brett to Korachage. Point to Norach is better faster gemacht the Kronen. Agus it is 40 class Hortley on Kelly Ura Hosno. Well, Rasha Kadir Remission Gnes Berkel on the park. First on Council Homakiana Agus 5 lesh. Brett to Korachage. Agus the score on champion to go on the fat. Agus in Tunadi ha took a stanish here near the fat. Alan Morgan. There's the Ken Vintage Alan the Billy. Austin Gurkelish Billy William Morgan the vehicle give the Glehe Canish Hockey. Derek Cabinet Mihe on the hands of Alan Horgan. Agus Shaho Glenflesk Christ. Roher of Indian Pedro here Miss Moynihan. Stechel get Moynihan. And I know in Nihil Fachten son agus Glantamach. Ik ga weer naar Nemo, ik zit de technisch, maar we pakken met drie. Team Blarichele. Zoals kan die Cartry buiten van in en afleggen. Immer get Cartry. Ivan Gibbons, Dickie Creedon, kan hem afgaan in een slap meet nog te holen. Dat is gewoon die nog zoals ze gooien. Gewoon zodat dat nog een skloeg zijn neger. Cartry agus Dermot Kelly the career in the Kelly Hama along the park agus little like had a Western Curie Shahid here Hanado getting checked to get Paddy Russell Hanado checked to get Russell agus shit the Corkery Grand Nemo Boka Hansa Trish Clahe Dunsko Clahe Dean Sport Julie Hook the Curie Glenflesk Cartry and Elsenfad as a shoot or ash Finters and all of us reached that I didn't lay it's a yes the Corkagivig and Corn the heel ich the whole of the nacht Marco will get a point to fast board here near the Garana Nemo and a Haspantus Kahada was a Tanala I did here on the High of Tukalog around the Nemo at a score shot around the Nemo not the Heniuk Glenflesk not the shaft agus na Takahorian son a Kelura Hannah Hene gach tugan Fenera Goylan Loyach agus Messiah a down to the heel she's good to action
Chad Messiah Hayden and Acklam and so Billy Morgan congratulations Billy it was a fantastic victory and a great second half especially from yourselves.
Thank you very much. We knew Glenflesk would be well up for this. We watched the game, their video with Gaeltacht, and they were very, very well organised. Gaeltacht might have had most of the play, but Glenflesk made more of their chances. That's the way the first half went today, and it was a case of just hanging in there all the time. And just playing out, and hopefully that our class would come to the top in the end, and I think it did.
Now you moved Stephen O'Brien back almost like a sweeper there in soccer terms in the second half. Do you think that was the critical change you made?
Well, no, we actually started that way, that we would play Stephen in front of John Crowley, but with the win in the first half they were able to bypass Stephen. Not so easy in the second half, that he swept around like in front of our full back line, but it's something we had to do and look at that the way Glenflesk played and change our own style of play a little bit.
Yeah, now standing next to you there, if we can get a hold of him, is a man, it's not often that Seamus Moynihan is better, but I think we can safely say Martin Cronin bettered him today.
I thought he gave a man of the match performance. I'm in the least bit surprised because he's a fabulous footballer and you can play him in any position in the field, and I knew, like Seamus Moynihan is probably the best player in the country, that he would have the football and he'd have the stamina and the engine to stay with him, and he did that. He got 2 great points as well as doing his job of shutting Seamus Moynihan out of the game.
All right, we'll have a quick word with Martin. Stay with us, Billy. Martin, congratulations. I'm sure you're exhausted after that, but I'm sure it doesn't matter a heck to you at this stage.
Yeah, obviously a very exhausting game, this time of year conditions are very tough. Super to win. I mean, Glenflesk never gave up, and the they gave us everything to the last whistle, and for a while there I thought it was a kind of touche there and going to come back to us, and especially when 3 points ahead, but obviously super to win the Munster Championship again, you know.
Now you came out and you went three points up in the second half, but something must have been said to you at half time to change you around, because you seem much more focused there in the second half. What did Billy say inside?
Well, I mean, there's nothing, no special secret or anything, you know. It's obviously just, you know, you see the likes of Kerry playing, you see the likes of me play good direct football, and obviously the enthusiasm and the effort has to be put out there to win, and I say lucky enough we pulled through in the second half.
Right, okay, well thanks Martin for
No
talking to us.
problem.
We'll move along very quickly here. Congratulations Colin.
Thanks.
How's the body after that?
It's not too bad. I just was a bit caught for breath halfway through the second half, but I just had to get through it really, you know.
Yeah, now could you just fill us in generally? I mean, there's all the stories going on over the week. You obviously wanted to play. When did you find out you eventually could play?
Basically, I found out on Thursday. I got the all clear from the specialist, and he said there was no problem in playing today, so I was happy enough to tug off today, you know.
Yeah, now you started, you got a great point there in the first minute, and then same thing again at the start of the second half. And I think you had the first 3 in the second half, but the first 2 from frees.
Yeah.
What do you think changed in Nemo's attitude there in the second half that won this game for you?
I think it was going to be a very hard game through the whole 60 minutes, and the problem here is that we got the frees at the right time and we got the scores at the right time in the second half. I think we weren't taking them scores in the first half, you know.
Yeah, now you had, in fairness to you, had a good break between your own county final and the game against Éire, and then another little bit of a break until today's game. I'm sure you'd agree as well that maybe the tired legs were setting in for Glenflesk, especially towards the end of the game.
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, the pitch was very heavy on for both teams, and I think maybe the rest we had maybe had an advantage, but they're a good team. I mean, they'll come strong again in Kerry next year, whatever league they're playing in. So hopefully now we can go on from here and have a bit of a break. I know that we're playing London next week, but after next week we should have a break and relax a bit, because the club had a very hard 2 months with our hurlers and our intermediates in the county final. So surely we'll get a break now for over Christmas, hopefully.
Now, Martin Cronin was one of the stars for you today. I'm sure that his own private combat that with Seamus Moynihan is one that you'll be talking about tonight in the pubs when you get back home.
I think so. I mean, Martin, I don't think he man-marked him, but he was next to him all the way, and it's just exactly what we wanted him to do today, and I thought he did it brilliantly, actually, you know.
Yeah, that was a great score. I think the insurance point there at the end.
Great.
Okay, Colin, listen, congratulations. Thanks for talking to us. We'll have a word with Johnny. Hard luck, John. It was a great effort, but maybe you just left yourselves a bit short at the end. Where do you think he lacked in the final analysis?
I think we probably had a couple of chances just before half time, and we know it probably took us about a quarter of an hour to score in the second half, so I think looking back that probably cost us. But you know, I had to say, in fairness, it was a brilliant display from our fellas, and I'm delighted for them. I'm very proud of them, because you know we kind of came from nowhere at the start of the year, and you know we probably, I was there with 10 minutes to go, you know, and in fairness to ours, I couldn't ask any more for them. They gave everything they had this year, and you know, fair play to Nemo season campaigners, like, and they'll take a lot of stopping this year, you know.
Do you think that maybe it was just the weight of numbers that they had? They had a lot more maybe big names than you had yourselves, and maybe that was the little thing that told in the end?
Yeah, they have a lot of players with inter-county experience, which counts for a lot on a day like today, you know, and maybe in a crucial game with 10 minutes to go, and they probably had maybe a couple of more, but you know, it was a great experience for our fellas to be here, and you know, the whole thing, you know, television and everything, we'd have never seen that before, and Nemo have seen that all before, so it's great for our lads, and if we can build on that, it'll be a great thing, you know.
Now, can you tell me as well about your little private battle you had there with Niall Geary? It was very tough stuff, and it's tough always on a day like today anyway, and in the middle of December and that.
Oh, it's going to be tough, and it's very hard to get away from anyone, and Niall is an inter-provincial player, and he you know, he's a lot of experience playing with Waterford seniors and everything, so you know, it was a tough outcome, all right. You know.
Tell us through this one, Johnny.
Oh yeah, it was a half chance. It just pulled in it, and you know, it's one of those ones, you know, maybe if you had a lucky day, it would have gone into the top corner, but just a snap chance, you know, and maybe I got 1 or 2 in other games, and it just didn't go in. But looking back, and I know that was a chance, you know, maybe it could have won us the Munster title, but you know, I suppose you'll always have chances, you know.
I know, and you did, in fairness to you, you got a few ones that maybe on another day mightn't have gone over the bar. Seamus Moynihan in midfield, he looks maybe a tired player at this stage, not to take away from Martin Cronin's performance, but maybe Seamus will be happy with the break now.
Yeah, I think it's well deserving, and it's not long this year, but it's supposed the last 4 or 5 years, you know, he's been playing Sigerson and everything, and he's probably the best club player we have as well as being the best inter-county player in Kerry, so you know, we're very proud of him. Martin Cronin did have a very good game, you know, and he's one of the top players in Cork, you know, so I mean, you know, he could do with a break now for 2 months, you know, and to recharge the batteries for next year, because hopefully next year will be a long year again, you know.
Yeah, I'm sure, and everyone will agree with us that he's had a fantastic couple of years, and especially this year. I can't let you go, Johnny, without asking you about the All-Stars. Disappointed?
But I suppose naturally when you come so close to anything, it's like today, I suppose there's a bit of disappointment, but I suppose that I'd have, if we'd won today, it would have definitely made up for it, but that's the way it goes, I mean, we can't complain, we had a good year as well in Kerry, so, hopefully maybe get another crack at it in the next 2 or 3 years.
Thanks, Johnny, for talking to us, Garmagad, that's largely. Okay, well, Tom Brunna, Airshul.
An Costa Brunna, Búr Captain, Larry O'Keefe.
agus néide go 10